So welcome back to That's What She Said.
Welcome back.
I feel like we're always saying welcome back.
So next subject. I love this. Have you ever, Kari, has family ever intruded in your relationship or someone close to you, or how did that work out for you?
So it's so funny because like I want to flip it really quick and say if I've ever intruded in someone else's relationship.
Ooh.
Because I have a story to tell.
What did you do?
In college, one of my best friends at the time was dating this guy who was an asshole. And he was also hitting on another friend of mine through like Facebook. Facebook was like really big. It was only between colleges back then. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I got to tell my friend. Mm-hmm. Like that to me felt like the thing that I should have done, right? Mm-hmm. Well, instead she turned it around on me and got mad at me, continued to date him, and then we could never kind of like regather our friendship. And I remember from that being like, I will never tell a woman about her man ever again.
I've heard that for so many years growing up, that's a thing. I've never experienced it. I don't think you should have that mentality. Don't let her fuck it up for the other girls. If you ever hear some shit, I better be the first one you call, okay?
But you know what? It's crazy because it wasn't the last time though. Like I've had situations before where I'm like, even if it's just advice, like not necessarily like, oh, I saw them doing this or I saw them doing that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, well, you know, maybe he's not the right person for you. You know what I mean? Or like, maybe after all these things, maybe you should believe the person he's showing you. And then it becomes this thing of like, they don't want to tell you anymore.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that.
I understand that. Because now I don't care. I don't want to listen to anybody's crap.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I'm at this point where, first of all, people don't listen.
Yeah.
Right? So 9 times out of 10, people are like talking to you because they just want to ear.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, because there's no way, like it's very seldom that I'm going to ask someone for their advice on my relationship. I may just want to vent to you.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Also at the same time, the type of person that I am, I have my limits. I know who I can talk to about what. I know who I can trust with what. I know, for example, if I have a marital issue or something, like I will come to one of my married friends and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And take your advice. You know, not necessarily take it, but I would receive it.
Yeah.
But I say all that to say I have 2 friends at the moment, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Recently, I told both of them, leave this motherfucker alone.
It's good because it's annoying. It's taxing. It becomes
annoying.
This thing where it's like, now I'm taking on. Yeah. And I'm done.
Yeah,
if you're not done.
Phone, when my phone rings and her name, either one of them pops up, I get anxiety, and I'm like, I can't even deal with this because I know you're gonna tell me some shit that I'm like, I told your ass. So I've learned from these 2 experiences, and I told Shantae knows this because, you know, pillow talk. But I learned from these 2 experiences that I'm just gonna stay out. That I'm just gonna be that, girl, that's crazy, and just change the subject. Unless you're someone that I know I fuck with you in a way that you'll listen to me or take my advice or can understand that I'm not coming from a place of malice. I'm coming from a place of love.
Yeah.
And I want you to take into what I'm saying.
Do you know anyone like that though?
What?
That will really just like take what you're saying and like listen and maybe take the advice, or
well, I don't want any more stupid friends.
I feel the same way.
I'm
I'd rather
serious.
have none.
I'd rather have
none.
If I have to tell you that someone is blatantly disrespecting you, disregarding you, and all these things, and you can't see the blatant shit.
Absolutely.
Not the shit that's like you look through a phone or someone saw them out, but when literally the shit is in your face and you're not listening, I can't help you, and I don't want to be a friend to you because this sounds so bad, but it's the truth. Number one, I feel like you're stupid.
Oh, 100%.
And you don't stand up for yourself.
Yes.
All of these things.
You lose respect for them. I love that line though. I don't want any stupid friends. That needs to be on a shirt.
Girl.
I've dwindled my friendship down to like very small. And even then it's like, we're not doing things every day. We're not talking every day. We're not, you know what I mean? Like it's not this like thing, but also just I have a career. I have children. I have a family. Like I have a lot of other things.
want the friends, like when we call each other, if we're not talking about the show, it's just like a check-in. It's not about my life is like going to shit.
Right.
You know, like every time.
So I want to talk about, okay, so I was talking to a friend and she was talking about how, you know, in like the past relationships, you may have taped yourselves, or I guess tape's not the word anymore. We don't use tape, but whatever, like filmed yourself having sex with somebody else, right? Depending on how long ago that was, somebody may still have that, right? So it's like,
usually, because people usually send it to their email. That's
well, that's smart. I need to watch out for that. But so is it okay with your partner now to watch those? And do you need to ask the person who you had the tape with if it's okay to show?
In that
to someone else?
Case, yes. I feel like if there was both two consenting adults deciding that we're going to make this tape, I believe it should stay between you two. I also feel like when you break up, you should get rid of it. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I feel I'm just not a hoarder of anything. And I just feel like if we're done, there's no reason for me to reminisce about our sex life. Like, there's just no reason for it. So for me, I don't think there's any use for it. I don't think it's respectful to your new relationship. And I don't want someone showing my video to their new girl. Like,
yeah.
Let that bitch learn how to do a split on her own.
What if they're like doing it as a way to like get off on, like, so some people like watching.
No, pay me. If I wanted to be a porn star, I would be getting paid for it.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. Like, I do think that it's disrespectful. I do think it's an invasion of someone's privacy. You know, at the time when you kind of did these things, it wasn't like you signed a waiver like, oh, this may end up anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's unfair. But maybe people are not maybe as in like it's okay, but maybe people are getting off on the fact that like, oh, this person doesn't know, or like, you know, whatever it is. I remember in college, I was in my senior year in high school. He was in college. And we were, wouldn't say we were dating. We were definitely sleeping with each other. We weren't dating. But I remember he left for practice and I just kind of looked up. I don't know why, but I just kind of looked up and I saw that there was a video camera. At the time, it was the handheld. It makes me sound so old. But at the time, it was a handheld video camera. And I could see it hidden like on the top shelf of the closet. And I was like, oh my God. So I pulled it down. I was replaying it, and not just me, it was multiple women. And I thought, oh my God, I said, you know, I had the opportunity. I could have erased it. I could have done a lot of things. I didn't do anything at all. But I just remember thinking like, oh my God, like he never asked me
you didn't take
to film me. No, I didn't take it. I kind of panicked. I'm a panicker.
I would have taken the whole fucking video camera.
I know. You're smart. You think in the moment. Me, I'm just like, oh my God, I don't want him to know that I saw this.
And
even though it's like,
to figure out in your head, like, what the fuck did I just see?
I remember recognizing one of the girls too. She was in a different high school at the time. I mean, we were all like consenting adults. I mean, at that time I was probably like at least 17, 18. But I just remember like, oh my God, I know who that girl is. Like we played each other in volleyball. Yeah. But I worry still to this day. I mean, I know the phones were like archaic back then, but like people still have like little tapes from long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, does he still have this stuff?
How to convert them to MP4s and shit. Like, how do I get this on the phone?
Or I was watching this show on Netflix and it kind of talked about how people were like secretly taping people and then putting it on this like porn site for people with fetishes. And I thought, oh my God, like what if I'm out there somewhere and some like, you know, discreet, non-discreet, hidden and whatever porn site of like, and people are getting off on the fact that like these women didn't know they were being filmed. Like, ugh.
Can I say something crazy?
Yeah.
No one else is here, right?
No one? Hello,
I don't think
hello?
I should say it.
Okay. You wait till we get off camera.
Let me say it in my head first.
Okay.
I can say it.
Okay. I love the thoughts you went through.
I used to always want to like secretly do a porn. Like without my face.
Oh, yeah.
And then put it out. But I have my name tattooed on my back.
Yeah. The damn tattoos.
I really, like, even not like recently, I wanted to be like, let me just like record my own. But it's like I'm looking at it like, girl, this is you. That I have a birthmark the shape of the United States on my butt. I'm not
Oh my
kidding.
God, you're such a patriot. What?
I do. It's the weirdest thing. And my name tattoo, like there's no way I could get away with it.
No, you're right. I'm in the same boat. I have very distinct tattoos, and I do have my name. It's on my wrist, but my wrist would make it into the video some way, shape, or form.
Right there.
Yeah. All my tattoos, which make me look like I used to be a stripper, they're horrible. But
Mine too.
you're right. The tattoos would totally give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I should have listened when they said don't do it, especially not your name.
I know. It's not like you can blur it out. No, see, I got the opposite advice. I was going to get a boyfriend's name at the time. And I remember the tattoo artist was doing way too much because it was his tattoo artist. So he was like, he drew his name really big. And I said, I didn't ask for it that big. And I kind of got turned off. And I was just kind of like, I don't know. Let me think about it, right? Well, he ended up admitting to my ex-boyfriend at the time. He was like, yeah, I made that shit real big, for you. And it was like, you lost business because of that. Because you were being stupid.
Dummy.
But thank God I didn't get his name down my spine. Oh, my God. Down my spine. But somebody said to me, if you're going to get a name, get your own.
Yeah, well, me and all my friends. Hey, Niqua, shout out to you. Sean.
I love this shout out.
We went, we were like, me, Niqua, and Tasia, I think us three went together. Anyway, we were like 15, 16, and we went to the tattoo shop. And they got their boyfriend's name. And I
wonder how they feel now.
I didn't have a boyfriend, for one.
The perfect time to be single.
Right. And I was like, well, I'll get my name.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I did.
That'd be funny if you got boyfriend. Like this boyfriend.
Single.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, question. So, in reference to that, right, we talked about being filmed. What about, you brought this up earlier off camera, what about when y'all ladies send in those DMs to our babes? So she is heterosexual, as we know. I am a homosexual, as we know. I hate that word, homosexual.
Wait, the thing went off
again?
But
no,
is it just a
no,
screensaver?
I think it's just dimmed. It's just dimmed.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
No, you're right. It is dimmed. But is it dark? I don't know. Well, should we check? How do we check? Is there like a password on the computer?
No. I think we're okay.
Should I
think the
jump
computer
over and
just
touch
went
it?
to sleep.
Okay.
Let's
it's
just
possible.
keep going. Act like y'all don't hear this, okay? So anyway, real quick, just in case we're still being filmed. When y'all send DMs, so we both date people that are in the industry, public figures. They have all these followers. And
They're called chuckle fuckers.
What?
Did you know that?
What's a chuckle fucker?
I just learned this. Comedian groupies or comedian, I don't know. I'm not saying this right.
Oh, a chuckle fucker.
Yes, they're called chuckle fuckers.
They're crazy.
But in their defense, like, humor is very sexy, right? Because you could be ugly, you could be a lot of things, but like if you're funny, that shit's fucking
And when
sexy.
you're funny, you're not a square. Like, you just can't be a square because you're so fucking funny. Yeah, so chuckle fuckers, when you guys come in the DMs,
you send nudes.
You send nudes. You send all kinds of body parts. Send money. But anyway, you send all these things. What do you think we do with those pictures? I have all of Shantae's login information for everything. I'm not gonna sit here and just snoop through her thing. But if I need to go into her phone for something, I will. And if I want to check, I know she's not doing that crazy. But if I want to see how bold y'all are, I go through those DMs just for a chuckle, fucker. So when I do that and I see all these titties, I be like, y'all are crazy. I could have a whole collage. I should just make a collage about DM titties. And y'all would be really upset with yourselves. Stop doing that.
The only time
we laugh at a lot of y'all too. So
yeah, I mean, there's some great boobs out there, but it's like, the thing is too, like, do you feel like they, our partners, need to ask that person for consent to show us?
Hell no.
Right, because it's not like
you lost your consent when you sent that shit unsolicited to someone's DM.
So, okay, that brings up a good point. So if it's solicited, then should it be, like, you're both in on it? It's not like a secret thing, but like, let's just say
I think
for the
even
purpose
solicited, no. I
Once
just threw
sent,
that word in
sent.
there for seasoning. But no, once it's sent, if I didn't give you permission, Let me say this.
Okay.
I have a lot of male friends being a lesbian, especially because me and Shantae always come as a partnership to everywhere. We come as two peas in a pod, so I always turn into one of the guys when I'm there.
Right.
Because I don't like to be I don't always want to be the feminist in the group, like women's rights with a whole bunch of group of men. Sometimes I just want to hear the shit they talk about.
Yeah.
And I've seen and heard men share pictures back and forth of women that they sleep with, or even not sleep with, that just send them pictures. I've looked at them too. I don't.
It's a free for all.
Yeah, it's low key fucked up, but I do want to see. Like, I want to see everybody's titties if I could. Like, if I could see everybody's titties, I would want to. So
if this shirt could become a reality,
right? If I had 3D, not 3D, like with X-ray vision,
yeah,
of just titties.
I was gonna say transparent, but that's not right.
But yeah, I used to always I had the conversation with Shantae at that point because it was two of her people, and I was like, I hope you don't think. I hope. I pray my coochie is not in the minds of your friends. And
right.
She was like, I would never. And I was like, okay.
It's funny you say that because Keon said the same thing to me in the beginning. He said, even though we were new, I never wanted to show or share anything about you just in case the relationship worked out.
Right.
And I thought that was very interesting. I never would have thought about that. Keon. I don't really remember showing other people dick pics. I don't really remember that. Like, I don't remember sharing it. I feel like it's more common, like, kind of as we get older, especially if they're unsolicited, like, oh my God, look at this idiot. But, like, I don't remember it being like, oh my God, look at this dick. But I have had people show me. I just don't remember me doing that.
I can't remember if I did it either. I doubt it. I just feel like also it's just so corny to be like, oh my God, like, I look at this vagina or look at this dick. Like, I just, now unsolicited dick pics all day. You are for the world to see. If you DM me your dick, everyone's going to see it. Everyone. And I'm going to show the gay men first. Okay. But women don't send me anything in my DMs. I won't.
Yeah, it's only happened to me
to
like a couple of times, but that's because like they wanted to sleep with us. But it's like, other than that, mostly people are going for Keon, which also makes me suspect of anybody who's like, oh yeah, I want to sleep with you and your wife. Well, then why weren't you contacting me first?
Right.
Here's the other thing too that I'll say. Your phone is ringing. But yeah, we're sorry. I don't know why I said that to you. Like, I'm your assistant. Your phone's ringing, line
okay,
2.
it's a client.
The other thing too is I'm drawing a blank about what I was gonna say.
Damn. Dick pics.
Oh my God! It's like when you're on the spot, it's like you really can't think.
I know.
About sending nudes and the husband and. I don't
Why
remember.
didn't they contact you first? It's suspect when they say they want a threesome, but they're in his DMs.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay. So I'm kind of like, well, maybe you should be contacting me. Maybe that's a more respectful thing. But then I'm kind of like, okay, you know how there's always this thing of like, oh, well, like women owe it to other women. And like we need to respect each other. And like, especially if like somebody's going after someone that's taken, right? But I'm kind of like, aren't we the nastiest to each other? Like, aren't we more against each other than men? I mean, most of the things that we do are for women, right? We're looking good. We want to be this, that, and the third. The men don't really care.
Nope.
Most of this stuff we're doing to impress other women. So I'm kind of like, do we as women owe each other respect like that?
We do, but we don't as much as we should. And it's also a different type of woman. I hate that. Woman. It's a different type because, we have those women who don't give a fuck, right? And loud and proud about it, sleeping with other people's husbands or wives or spouse, whatever. And they're, again, loud and proud about it. Men, I've never seen a man brag about fucking someone that's in a relationship.
Yeah, especially not when they get older. I feel like that might be like a younger thing.
It's very low key. If he's doing it, it's very low key. Women, for some reason, like it's like a trophy. Like, I stole her man.
Well, I think side chicks too became more like kind of like popular. You know what I mean? Where it was like a thing to be loud and proud about it. And Chris Rock has a great joke about basically how, a woman could see a man. He has a wife or whatever, a girlfriend, and he's doing great. And instead of saying, I want a man like that,
I want that one.
I want that one. Yeah. And
he's already trained.
Exactly. They don't have to do the work.
He's already trained.
But it's I feel like it's rarely that way with women. They're not gonna see me being a mom and like doing this, that, and the third and be like, oh my God, I'm so turned on right now. Like it's not, it doesn't really translate the same.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ladies, we gotta do better.
Yeah.
We gotta do better. But I've always been that girl that would say, I don't want any friends. Speaking of friends again, I don't want any friends that are whores. And when I say whores, I don't mean that like sleep around, like that's your business. But when you fuck up a home or get into someone's home, that just boils everything in me, because as a woman and as a soon-to-be spouse, we put in so much work to make sure our home stays stable, to make sure everyone stays alive, they eat, they're doing everything they're supposed to do, and usually we come last, and to have someone come in and kind of like disrespect that whole dynamic, it's just like, I think it's just everything for us, like not even about the dick, right, or the vagina. It's just like, this is my home, like this is my life, our home is our life. So I never respected women that were big on taking someone else's man, even having a friend's leftovers. That's just
weird. But I think too that we have to get away from blaming just the woman, because it's like, whether it's going to be that woman or another woman, the man's going to do it no matter what. You know what I mean? If you can take someone, then that means they weren't really yours.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely.
But keep your hot crotch. Like, because I'm sorry, but I don't think every man's a cheater. I do not think that, but I think that it's a soft spot, literally, for men. We talked about this before. Like, it's hard for them to control because they have a penis that does things, right? Like we can control ours a lot more. So I just feel like to have that, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I just don't respect it in any shape or form. Even if that man can't be taken, keep your ass over there. Don't try to entice him. I don't purposely try to look like shit in front of people's husbands, but I'm never trying to look good for anybody's man. When Shantae's friends come over here, I look like I'm sure they be like, you can have that. But when y'all come over, girl, the makeup comes on. This is for y'all. But yeah,
right, we see two
I don't
different
have time for it. Like, I don't want
shades.
these niggas.
Yeah, it's wild.
Anyway, last question
Yes.
before we head out, because we did a good show today. Hope y'all loved it. Last question. Could you watch your partner be sexual? Okay, first question is, have you watched Keon or any partner be sexual with someone else, either in person or on film?
I have not. I do feel like we're leaning that way, but I have not.
What does that mean?
Meaning that, like, there's no like films or anything that he has of anybody else or that I have of myself. But I when I say leaning that way, I mean in the sense of like threesomes and like,
right.
poly and things like that. But other than as of now, no, nothing. I still, in my body, when I think about it, I feel this kind of like
really?
Yes, this kind of like, not so much jealous, because I watched a video recently where she was like, I'm not jealous about my man being with somebody else. I'm territorial.
Yeah.
And so I'm still kind of like, he's mine. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I am leaning that way in the sense of like that I want that, but I haven't experienced it yet. So I don't know how I'll feel. But I'm still very like, I get this kind of feeling bubbling inside of me. Like, I'm going to turn into She-Hulk. You know what I mean? Like, get off
I
it!
feel like that way too. Like, I can't. Shantae did a movie, and I was the hairstylist and makeup artist on the movie. That's right. And she had a wife in the movie. And every time her and the wife, first of all, the wife, I love you, Sarah. She was so amazing. She just was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm okay. Like,
But your hair, I'm not okay with your hair.
Right.
Though.
The funniest thing about it was hot, right? So every time they kiss, their makeup would transfer.
Oh my gosh.
So they had to keep redoing the scene. I got to be right there. Like, as they're kissing, as soon as they move, I'm like cleaning up the makeup. And it was like, I surprised myself that my work mode was on. I didn't second guess. It was kind of funny to me. And I also know that it made Shantae very uncomfortable. It was just so funny to watch. And it made everyone on set, like, we tried to not make people know that we were together, but it kept slipping out. Right?
Yeah. But it's natural.
I don't, now, could I see her doing things with other people? Like a fuck? See? No.
See?
No.
I know it's
like someone. I'll let someone like lick her butt. Like
yeah. You can have that part. I'll give away that part. Don't go anywhere else.
No, but like, hello. No. But nah.
Well, but that's interesting. You brought up the professional
what if they
aspect.
do something
though?
to them that they don't do to you?
Oh, I mean, which one? Wait, which one? You mean like
Both.
your spouse does something to them they don't do to you?
What if Keon did something to her that he does not do to you? She was like, "Ooh!"
I don't even want to think about it.
We're gonna beat her ass. I'll beat her ass for you, friend. Just call me in the middle of the night. I'll beat her ass.
Just right there dialing the phone while it's happening.
Oh my God, they said the thing.
I don't know.
No.
I'm still trying to like wrap my head around it because it's like when I'm super turned on, I want all those things. But then when I'm thinking about it as just like my normal self, I'm kind of like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Right.
But back to what you were saying about the professional aspect, I haven't been in a situation. I've casted Keon and things, and I've definitely made him take his shirt off, or like made him be the heartthrob, or like, you know, had the girls like flirting with him, or like, you know, like all over him. But I hadn't got to the point yet where I was like, it was like a kiss or like a sex scene, which I know will happen at some point. You know what I mean? This is what he works out for. So it's like, I think professionally though, I would feel the same way where I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, make that fucking money.
Right. And do it right.
And do it right. Don't have me out here looking
I feel like I would be so much better. Like I could have Shantae like fake fuck people on camera all day. All day. But real
Sounds
shit.
like you're running a porn ring. I don't know if that's a porn ring is a thing, but
is it a thing? I want a porn
some
ring.
type of porno business.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. Just not the real thing.
Yeah.
No. And lesbians are too gross. It's too wet and messy.
You did talk about that before. You being a germaphobe and that being an issue. Yeah.
Babe, and it's like, girl, no, thank you.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God, that was a good one.
Absolutely wonderful.
Okay, are we gonna end this here?
Yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah, we'll save these for the next time because these are good.
We will see you next time on That's What She Said.
Next time, I think we'll have a guest.
I think so too. I would love to have Farron on to talk about Polly and now that they've come out. I don't know if can you say you come out when they're just open about it.
And I just did her hair the other day, and it was burning me to ask her.
Yeah,
I don't know why I didn't.
I don't know.
She's coming here next week to get her hair done. I asked her again.
Okay,
I'll ask her then. So yes, you guys, we thank you again for consistently rocking with us. Thank you for sharing these videos. Thank you for liking these videos and commenting and engaging. And we are going to get bigger and better, and with the help of you guys. So thank you again.
Yes.
And
bye.
Bye. We'll see you next week, right?
Yes.
Next week.
Absolutely.
Bye.